Hello, this is Alex with part 6 and most likely the last part of my Let's Play of Old War Blues. Last video recorded well nearly 2.5 hours and I didn't really want to record 3 hours, so definitely finish up this part of the quest. At least with also finishing up the other side quests as well. So this might be the finale part. I assume so. There's a lot of long dialogue sections in this game. Hope the bottle caps isn't stuck at a certain currency. Okay, it's adding up. Part of me thought like there was like a bug where I couldn't really get any more caps. I'm just gonna collect bottle caps in here. Wait, I need 3 more money. I'm gonna go here.
They said I was mad! Preposterous! Not an angry bone in my body. Have them all removed.
Loads of mentats to collect. If it weighs nothing, I'm definitely gonna take it. I think in this game there isn't really a shower option from what Brain told me. I haven't explored those areas yet. Looks like all the robots shut down. Oh, I missed this one. Wait, no, I got it. Go over there. It's all drained. How did I pick up? Looks like there's a way over there. Ah, here it is. This place is ridiculously dark. You could easily like hide over here. Pencil. Some ammo packs. Or ammo boxes, I mean. Yes. Let's see. Give me some stuff I can sell. Alright, time to leave. My legs are perfectly fine somehow. I'll go for this quest. I don't think it's in the canyons. If I go over here. The plant respawn. Rockflower has weight? a way up there. Anybody get out of the canyons? Landmine. Hey! Son of a bitch. Just had to place that literally everywhere. Let's keep an eye on landmines. Huh? Oh, I could have went this way. Did I open that crate up? Not the best gun. Find samples, return samples to the sink.
Might I be of service, sir?
You got some plans for me, don't you? Yeah, I can smell it all over you.
I like to process some plants.
I love it when you talk like that. Let me just get that interface up and running for you.
For plant matter and mycelium green.
You got some plans for me, don't you?
Command you to open your ports and receive my seed.
Ah, yeah, baby. Just slip it in there. All the way down in that dark, moist earth. Launching interface.
Process seed in the planter.
What's the haps?
I think I have a coffee mug for this guy.
Oh, please, please!
Here, take whatever you want.
Oh, sweet, sweet fulfillment! I'll break these down for you just as fast as I can.
Collect electronic components. Check your heart. Confront Dr. Klein and your imprisonment at Big Mountain. And I'll keep my upgrades. Dr. Klein awaits. Make sure you're prepared to finish this once and for all. Yeah.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I found my brain. Now you and I are going to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
Maybe you should confer with your colleagues first.
Nonsense. Confer, colleagues. Those are two words I do not recognize.
Dr. Klein, please. Let's see what its insides look like. Finally.
Klein, are you sure we've calculated all the combat probabilities here? I mean, the lobotomite confronted Mobius. Plus, you know, we haven't had a COMBAT drill in forever. I don't think we could form a tactical attack triangle if we wanted to.
Releasing the WOMBAT was not my plan, so get off my voice box.
Silencing opinionators.
If I may, I feel as if I must be the voice of reason here. This lobotomite is much like us. Regarding even animals and pets as nothing more than avenues to promote science. There is good here. Instead of ending its life on the table, we should prolong its suffering in the name of science. Like good old Gabe, the finest of lab specimens.
Why am I even listening to you fools? The Determinators are greater than the Hesitators, so Hesitators, be quiet. We are bigger, smarter, and floatier than you, lobotomites. We don't wish to fight you, so surrender your brain, now.
Lying. You think I am the lobotomite? No, for my skull houses the brain of Mobius.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
You have noticed the pacification field is down. Guess what happens now?
Fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack! Blaster with a radio beam! Kill it! Kill it!
Oh, time to kill these guys then. Jesus. Son of a bitch.
Does this weapon have soft lock?
What's a good one? What's a good one?
Anyone? Behold the power of science!
The audience gasps in terror.
Overcharge. Overcharge. I guess I went with the ending where I killed them all. Interesting. Guess that's all though.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Sync Central Intelligence Unit was impressed by the amount of exploration the courier had undertaken. Facilities believed lost, destroyed, or ones that had simply gotten up and walked to new locations had been rediscovered by its intrepid new master. Internally, the artificial personality debated as to whether it preferred the old management to the new. and concluded that the courier's thorough approach to research and investigation was admirable and worthy of its respect.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat. One of them eventually transferred to the Lightwave Dynamics plant, and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910. If you didn't hear about it, good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ, and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The Sync sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Oh, lost the brainless perk, gain big brain perk. Big brain perk. Your brain is back in your body, but some of the advanced technologies remain. Your head still cannot be crippled, but you're only 10% more resistant to addiction now. Surprisingly, your damage threshold has improved by 10%, minimum +1 DT. Acquired the Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. It's capable of transporting you and alone between the Mojave Wasteland and Big Mountain. To return to Mojave or go back to Big Mountain from the Mojave, simply equip the Transportal Ponder as you would any weapon, pull the trigger, and away you'll go. Note that it won't work in interiors or in combat situations. It is totally incapable of harming your enemies.
Might I be safe in the assumption that matters with the think tank have been satisfactorily concluded vis-à-vis your residence in this domicile?
Alright, can I sell some stuff to you? Nope. That ain't working.
You took care of them brains pretty good, baby. Nice.
You're back, and the brains didn't lobotomize you. Well, not any worse, at least. Hooray! Come back anytime you want a drink.
I trust matters regarding your brain were resolved to your satisfaction. Well, I'll be right here if you change your mind.
Greetings, citizen. Ready to receive seditious materials. Stay loyal, citizen.
With the brains dealt with, soon we can spread our rule across the Mojave. All will eat burned toast in despair. Yes! Flee!
I understand you're to be congratulated on the recovery of your missing organs. Bravo. Sir.
So you beat the big brains at their own game, huh? Guess you'll be putting your walking shoes on again, hitting that old lonesome road. Catch you later, Gator.
Please, please, please tell me you stomped Dr. O's brain into a fine paste. Did he squeal? Did he beg? God, I hope he begged. Who's the flatware bitch now, oh? Sure.
You outbrained the big brains? That is so hot. Bye now.
It seems like it's time for me to leave this area. Back into the Mojave wasteland I am. Oh, that seems to be the end of the Old World Blues DLC. I will definitely be recording more Vegas quests, as well as probably moving on to the Dead Money DLC as well. So, thanks to anybody who has watched my Let's Plays and all that. Look forward to more videos in the future, and like to subscribe and all that, and hit the bell if you want to as well. And yeah, this has been Alex.